One of my greatest passions is food. Sweet, savory, decadent, mouth-watering food. Whether it's served by the most famous chef or hidden in a local hole in the wall, I have a knack for finding the perfect meal. And of course, no meal is complete, at least for me, without a cocktail. Which I'm pretty good at finding too.
I started my Instagram account in 2015, and before I knew it, my following was growing. I realized this could actually be more than a hobby, and that's how Miss Foodie Problems started.
I definitely get asked pretty often what foodie problems are, and there are these issues that come up when you're a lover of food, like always thinking about your next meal. Especially living in LA, not knowing which restaurant to eat at because there's so many delicious places to choose from. Los Angeles is not only home to the most beautiful beaches, Hollywood dreams, and trend-setting fashion. It's also one of the greatest places to eat in America. Some of the most incredibly talented chefs live and work here, preparing an endless variety of cuisines. I love that you could literally find anything you want to eat in this vibrant restaurant scene. But that always leads me to the hardest question of my day. What am I eating for dinner? During this difficult time, a lot of industries are struggling, but especially the restaurant industry. So I find it quite important to order takeout from your local favorites. I've basically mastered the great night in by pairing two key ingredients: good food with a great cocktail. Today I'm getting takeout from one of my local favorites, Kettle. Kettle is a family-owned restaurant in the heart of Old Town Pasadena that makes some of the best Southeast Asian food in LA. Chef Erwin Chayati is one of LA's hottest rising star chefs and was recently nominated by Zagat's 30 Under 30. I ordered one of their signature dishes, bone broth with noodles and fatty brisket. For those of you thinking that bone broth is a trend, it's not. It's a time-honored tradition that Chef Erwin Chayati has mastered, and I've been dying to know his secrets.
Here at Kettle in Pasadena, we serve Southeast Asian small plates and our bone broth. The inspiration for the food comes from my parents and also the street food in Indonesia. Our bone broth consists of femur bone, which is 28 weeks old kettle, and a beef feet to thicken the broth. We high-boiled our broth for about 36 to 38 hours. Brisket, we sous vide cook it for about 2 days. The ingredient just butter, a little bit of bay leaves, coriander, garlic, and shallots. And we zip it in a Ziploc bag and let it cook for about 2 days. After that, we just remove it from the bag and then we sear it.
Thank you.
I would eat it with the bone marrow. Just scrape some of that bone marrow meat on the soup, mix it, squeeze some lime juice, and that's just the best way to do it.
I'm so excited for my first bite. I've been wanting to try this brisket all day. This soup is so delicious. The fatty brisket literally melts in your mouth. You can taste every flavor in it, and it definitely nourishes your body while you're enjoying something delicious. I think the only thing that is missing from this meal is a craft cocktail, and I have the perfect one in mind. It is going to balance out the richness of this broth and fatty brisket. I heard about Cutwater cocktails for the first time when I was on a camping trip with one of my best friends. She's actually from the San Diego area, and she introduced me to Cutwater cocktails. They make all of their cocktails just right there in Southern California. You definitely get a bit of that fattiness from the fatty brisket that has gone into the broth. The sweetness of the Mai Tai really balances it out, but it's not too sweet, and there's just the right amount of rum. When you're pairing cocktails with food, you want to make sure the flavors complement each other, and in this case, they absolutely do. I'm getting hit with some pineapple and coconut from the cocktail, which really brightens up this dish and keeps it from feeling too heavy. So many of us love food and the connection that you get when you eat a meal with someone and drink a cocktail, have a conversation with them in person, but right now a lot of us can't do that. So I think that bringing that element into a video call is the perfect way to kind of keep that going and bring a little bit more joy into the day-to-day routine right now.
Hello? Cheers.